Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss about happy number problem. So here the question is, write an algorithm to determine if number n is happy. A happy number is a number defined by the following process. First one, starting with any positive integer, replace the number by the sum of the square of its digits. Repeat the process until the number equals to 1, where it will stay. Or it loops endlessly in a cycle which does not include 1. Those numbers for which the process ends in 1 are happy. Return true if n is happy number and false if not. By following these three rules, we can say whether that number is happy number or not. Let's understand with the examples. So in the example 1, I'm going to take n equals to 19. The first rule is starting with any positive number replaced by the number of the sum of squares of its digits. So here the sum is 1 square plus 9 square because sum of the squares of its digits, which is equals to 82. And then we need to do the sum for this one, 8 square plus 2 square, which is 64 plus 4, 68. And then 6 square plus 8 square, which is equal to 6 square is 36 plus 8 square is 64, which is equals to 100. Now we'll do sum of squares, which is equals to 1. So now n becomes the 1. So we can say it is a happy number. Now we'll go with the second example, which is n equals to 2. So we'll do first, we have only single digit. So do 2 square, which is 4. According to the second rule, repeat the process until the number equals 1 or it loops endlessly in a cycle which does not include 1. That's why we need to repeat this process. 4 square, which is equals to 16, and then 16. For 16, 1 square plus 6 square. 6 square is 36 plus 1, 37. And then for 37, 3 square plus 7 square. 3 square equals to 9 plus 7 square equals to 49, which is result of 58. And then for 58, 5 square plus 8 square, which is equals to 25 plus 64, which is 89. And then 8 square plus 9 square, which is equals to 64 plus 81, 145. And then 1 square plus 4 square plus 5 square, which is equals to 1 plus 16 plus 25, which is equals to 42. And then 4 square plus 2 square. Still there is no 1 on cycle. That's why we are continuing the process. 16 plus 4, which is 20. And then 2 square plus 0 square, which is equals to 4. We can say there is a loop. So this is not a happy number. Not happy. So these are the example. Let's understand the approach to solve this question. So first we'll take, let's say n equals to 19. First we'll take the remainder of the number. If we do n modulo 10, we will get the remainder. Here we will get n 9. After extracting the last digit, square it. Let's say sum equals to square it and add it to sum. So let's say sum equals to sum plus 9 square, which is equals to 81. In this case, we can write, it will give the remainder, and here we'll say remainder square. So remainder into remainder. So it will return 81, and then we'll do n equals to n divided by 10, and then we'll repeat this process until number equals to 0. And every time we'll take this sum and we'll store into the hash set. Why? So in the hash set, we keep a set to track numbers we have already seen. Each time we generate a new number, check if it is 1, then we'll return true. Or else we'll store into the set. So if the number is already seen, means there is a chance of loop. in this case will return false. So this is the simple approach. First we'll do the sum here by extracting the digits and doing its square, and then we'll check in the hash set. So if the number itself is 1, then we can say it's a true, or else we'll check the set. If that number is already present in the set, means it is a loop, will return false. Else we'll insert that number into the set. This is the simple approach. So let's try to code for this one. So first we need to take the one unordered set where we are storing the integer, and then we need to repeat the process. That's why we are using while of true. Here, if n equals to 1, then we need to return true. And then we need to check the sum of the squares of its digits. That's why we are going to write one function here, e square, and we pass. Yeah, let's implement that e square function. So this function will return integer. So in this function, we are going to take one sum variable. Until n becomes 0, we need to repeat the process. So n divided by 10 will return the last digit. And then we need add to sum by doing square. After that, n equals to n by 10. In the end, we need to return. So once we got the sum here, in the n, we need to check already this number is existed in the set or not. If you see that number in the set, we can say it's a loop. If set dot count of n equals to 1, means it's a loop and we need to return false. Or else simply we need to insert this new number into the set. So this is the simple approach. Let's try to run this code. Extra space. Our solution got accepted. Let's try to submit this one. Yeah, all test cases got passed. I hope you understood the problem clearly. If you have any doubt, please do let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.